Happy Orktober, you Xeno-loving cunts. A few of you are probably like, Majorkill, what the fuck? Surely do Spooktober with the Night Lords or the Legion of the Damned. To which I reply, I make more than one video a month, you stupid fuck, so be patient. After lots of pestering from my Discord, the success of my Greenskins Warhammer Fantasy video, as well as a subconscious desire to explain the lore behind an intergalactic sentient mushroom hell-bent on eternal war, I decided it was a good time to bring this bad boy out. Now, when I do these kind of videos, I find it valuable to draw similarities to real-life countries and cultures. For example, the Tyranids were America due to their parasitic and world-destroying nature. Norsca was like cold Australia because they love beers, fighting, and they have no guns. And Cathay was like China because they're Chinese. So what country has rapid reproduction, is universally hated, full of unreasonably violent cunts that despite being extremely devolved and backwards, still pose a significant threat to everyone? Motherfucking North Korea. Kim, you fucking orc. These are exciting times, guys. We're approaching 50,000 subscribers and I have a few cool ideas. So I know a few talented dudes who do custom designs and shit for hoodies. They handle the merch of a few really well-known personalities in Melbourne, so I was thinking of working with them to get 100 Founders Edition Majorkill hoodies made. The quality will be incredible and pretty cheap because of how piss weak the Aussie dollar is. I'm going to be getting some designs made, but I need your help. Do you guys like minimalistic like this, or something really detailed like this? Comment below or message me on Discord. I'll be allowing pre-orders and reservations. Long-term or high-value patrons will also be given first picks or even sent the hoodies for free. Today we'll be explaining the origin of the Orks as well as some of their key characters. We'll also be looking at what they're currently doing and what they want to achieve. Let's get into it. Back in the day when the galaxy was being ripped apart by the war in heaven, the Old Ones and their elder armies were losing the war against the Necrons and their Stan overlords. They realized they needed warriors bred purely for battle. Hence, while the Elder of Old were pretty solid, they just didn't cut it. The Old Ones created the Orks, the ancient and way more powerful ancestor for the modern day Ork. These Orks were smart, absolutely gigantic in size, and helped even the playing field. The war in heaven ends and everyone collectively eats mega dick. The Orks devolved significantly due to a sudden lack of significant enemies, as well as a regular culling program by the Elder. A thing to note is that the Orks are not a separate race, but just a mega big dick-roided version of the modern day Orks. Given enough hardcore war and victory, the Orks would likely return and shit on literally everyone. For context, it would only take a couple Orks, or maybe even just one, to body the fuck out of a Crusade era Primarch. For comparison, the OP as shit Orks on Ulanor were starting to become Orks, and these Orks nearly killed the Emperor. Out of all the factions and races within 40k, the Orks are by far the most over the top and make the least amount of sense. See, the Orks run off placebos and are powered by the collective energy called Wah! For example, Orks believe that if you paint bombs yellow, the explosion will be bigger. So when Orks have yellow bombs, those bombs will have bigger explosions. Ork weaponry, tech, and even themselves are run purely off belief. Hence when Orks believe in themselves, they go fucking massive and get really strong. You might be thinking, why doesn't the other factions just try to present the Orks with logic and facts, to try rein in their beliefs, hence nerfing the shit out of them? Well, there's two answers. Orks are pretty fucking stupid and would rather spend time painting bombs yellow than figure out genuine rocket science. Also, any attempts to re-educate trillions of angry mushrooms would result in said yellow bombs being dropped on your fucking head. Speaking of mushrooms, Orks are literally an animal-fungi hybrid. This means they have no vital organs, hence are made even more durable by it, and can also survive shit like head transplants. On top of this, they can reproduce extremely fast. An Ork who's feeling a bit king dick will shed some spores on the ground, allowing other Orks to grow from there. The heavy flamer is your best friend when you're being charged by a literal army of mushroom men. To make it even worse for you, a dying Ork is actually the best for reproduction, as the spores use the dead Ork's body as nutrients. These cunts are literally hydras. An interesting point to make is that the Ork's colour of speed is red, so they paint their vehicles red and they do indeed go faster. However, it's not 100% clear if this placebo power affects the other races. When fighting Orks, do Blood Angels move faster due to their red armour, or do Imperial Fists have better explosives? This would be a really interesting concept, but it's likely that isn't the case. For example, if a non-Ork tries to use Ork weaponry on vehicles, it will usually not work, as fundamentally the vehicle and weapon is not made correctly and has little to no science behind it, being powered through the belief that it works and nothing else. Now all of this makes Orks seem like a bit of a meme faction. a race of warlike fungi that are just here to have a good time. And look, you wouldn't be entirely wrong. To the orcs, their constant state of war and destruction is just a big game to them, and they don't even realize that no one else wants to play. Orcs do not hate their enemy, in fact they love their enemy, as without their enemy there would be no game to play. Look at Yarrick and Guzkill Thraka. One is a commissaire and the other is an orc. They are fierce enemies and have fought many bitter battles against each other. Yarrick hates Guzkill with a passion and seeks to kill him. Guzkill on the other hand fucking froths Yarrick and generally wants him to stay alive so they can keep playing together. Guzkill has released Yarrick on more than one occasion and even admitted that Yarrick has beaten him on occasion fair and square. The cunt even said he believed Yarrick must have some orc in him to be able to fight back against him. That's one hell of a compliment. The orc economy is one of the most successful in the galaxy, as there is no extreme poverty and no large corporations to exploit the hard-working lower and middle class. Allow me to explain. Orcs trade in teeth. The bigger the teeth, the better they are. If you're an orc and you need more teeth, hence more wealth, you simply go up and punch another orc in the face and take some of his. Or if you don't feel like dying, you can pull out some of your own teeth and bam, instant wealth. There is value in the teeth of other races, however it follows an exchange rate. Human teeth are obviously of low value, and Tyranid teeth are of high value. You might be like, but Majorkill, wouldn't the orc economy suffer from inflation because orcs grow back their teeth indefinitely and rapidly? Potentially, but due to being a mushroom, the orc teeth degrade quickly. This not only ensures that there's no inflation, but also that the economy is extremely rapid. Another benefit of the teeth economy is that the biggest and most powerful orcs tend to be the richest, as they can just knock out other orcs' teeth or pull out their own highly valued ones. We honestly all could learn a lot from these guys. Beats communism. Now let's have a look at some of the most well-known and interesting orcs lurking around. Arguably the most well-known orc lurking around, we have the prophet of Gork and Mork himself, Gazkill, aka the only orc in the universe that doesn't have severe aggressive Down syndrome. Gazkill was once a lowly bitch doing what any dumb motherfucker does, until the Fire Nation attacked. And by that I mean until he got shot in the head with a bolter gun. A third of his head was blown off and most of his brain matter as well. Some wacky medical orc thought it'd be funny to replace the missing part of his head with adamantium, which for some reason allowed Gazkill to talk directly to his gods Gork and Mork. Don't question it. Hence when Gazkill awoke he believed he was the chosen one, as we have established orcs run off the power of belief. It's actually quite nice, you know, like Gazkill believed in himself, hence conquered the planet and dominated all the orcs on it within only a couple years. Through a bit of cheeky shit from Eldrad, he ended up attacking Armageddon, hence meeting his arch nemesis / secret boyfriend Yarrick. It is eventually revealed that Gazkill is not full of shit and is indeed the prophet of Gork and Mork. Gazkill abandoned Armageddon on the behest of his gods and is now running around gathering a fuck-off massive merry band of orcs. If there's gonna be Krorks in like the current setting, it's gonna be because of this motherfucker. Another fan favorite orc, we have Tuska Demon Killer, who is so much fun that Khorne genuinely likes the dude. Tuska was a stock standard war boss who went around causing everyone problems. That was until some demons got aboard his ship and started murdering his boys. After Tuska had defeated the demons, he realized something. Demons are extraordinarily fun to kill, hence he called himself the Demon Killer and went balls deep to the Eye of Terror. When he approached Cadia, the Cadian guard was like, oh fuck, we really don't need to deal with this right now. However, to their complete surprise and shock, Tuska just ignored them and charged straight into the Eye. Now the Eye is a pretty munted place. Most mortals go insane instantly upon arrival, however orcs are too stupid to comprehend all the fuck shit going on, so they just ignore the mind rape. They went from planet to planet, destroying everything. They burnt Slaaneash's pleasure forest to the ground, cleaned up Nurgle's shitholes, pissed on tit snitches like crystal shit. Eventually they met their match when they invaded a Khornite planet, made of literally only blood. The battle was legendary, however Tuska was eventually slain, but not before slicing off the Demon Prince's nutsack. That would have been the end of old mate Tuska, but it was not meant to be, as Khorne gained a mighty erection from witnessing one of the more epic battles of our time. Hence every day Tuska is brought back to life to battle the best Khorne has to offer. Every day Tuska loses, and you know what? He is pretty stoked about the whole thing. Scarily enough, if one day Khorne lets Tuska go, the whole galaxy might be fucked, as orcs grow bigger and stronger the more they fight, and these cunts have been fighting non-stop. Would not be surprised if they were genuine Krorks by now. No list would be complete without the Beast, or Beasts, because there were 6 of them, and they're a bit of a problem. The beasts were so large and powerful that their collective war energy boosted the intelligence of the entire Ork race. The beasts employed the use of attack moons, which sounds as fucked as they actually were. The beasts formed the largest the galaxy had ever seen since the Orks, and they beelined for terror, massacring billions of Imperials along the way. Vulcan fought against only one of the beasts in the duel, and it ended up being with both of them being obliterated. The entire Imperial Fist Legion was brought to its knees and nearly wiped out, and the Imperium was genuinely fucked. To take out one of the 6 beasts was insanely costly, like they lost the Primarch doing it. The Imperium was only able to cheese a win by using some wacky reverse energy bullshit to make the beast's head explode, destabilizing the shit out of the and winning the war for the Imperium. The beasts were extremely random. There are another of other fun and spicy chief mushrooms lurking about, but we can save them for another video. The gods of Orks, Gork and Mork are almost as big as memers as Sheogorath. One is brutally cunning and the other is cunningly brutal, but nobody knows which is which. Gork and Mork are about as one-dimensional and basic as the Orks they call their children. They want to eternally fuck up the galaxy, and in recent times have been taking a pretty direct role in it, guiding Gazkel to build a fuck-off massive to do so. You might be wondering how creation of the old ones was so unstable. Sure, they could build an army that was more robotic and obedient, instead of being mindlessly destructive. Well, you know, as they say, desperate times, desperate measures. The Orks were a prototype that never got finished. There was not enough time to perfect the Orks and control their reality warping abilities. If the old ones never got genocided, then the Orks could have genuinely ended up being the true successors of the old ones, instead of the hentai-loving Elder. Slaanesh never would have been born and Chaos would have had its cheeks clapped a long time ago. It's entirely possible that if the Orks evolved to Kroks, and even beyond, they would become a hyper-intelligent diplomatic race. A theory which can be supported by how the Orks were acting when the beasts emerged. They used fucking attack moons, and they even had diplomats during this time. So what are the Orks trying to achieve? How do they win? Well, that's the beauty of it, they already have. A galaxy in a constant state of war and destruction is a literal paradise. If the Orks wiped out everyone, they would get depressed and just kill each other. I guess you could say that their victory is evolving into Kroks, but they don't even care about that. To tie this video together, North Koreans have no interest in progressing and no goals of domination and victory. They just want to wave their dicks around and declare war on the entire world, just like our precious Orks. And that does us for today, guys. The Orks completely and totally explained within one reasonably length video. Orktober has a special place in all our hearts, and I wasn't going to let it go. Next week I'm going to follow this up with Spooktober, so get pumped for that. If you want to support the channel and get access to a massive library of Warhammer hentai, then consider sending me $1 on Patreon. Every dollar helps out a shitload. Ork art is on the way. I'm a heretic. If you just want to chat shit and play games, then Discord is the place to be. Cheers for watching, cunts. Peace.